Hey you guys, it's me, Natalia J-Mag. I'm back with another video for y'all. This one's a little special because I'm starting a series. So I'm going to call this series The Sustainable Designer. And that is because for the past, I would say 5 to 6 months, I've been doing a lot of research on sustainability and eco-consciousness, eco-friendliness. I'm taking some courses. I'm actually getting a certificate. I can give more information about that too if you're interested in pursuing sustainable fashion, because it is a really affordable certificate program and I've learned a lot and I've only taken one class. But first, I would like to start with, giving you guys some information, because I've noticed that not a lot of people know what sustainable fashion is, or what slow fashion is, or what eco fashion is. I also feel like sometimes you might have like a negative idea of it, or just not sure what it is. So I want to give you guys some definitions. Also, I want to talk about fast fashion, because I noticed from a post that I made today that not a lot of people know what fast fashion is. And I got some text messages, I got some DMs, people asking me about it, and I got so excited because I'm like, it just makes me so happy that people want to know. Like, people want to be aware. People no longer want to turn a blind eye and ignore the problem. I'm noticing a trend that more and more people are getting hip and realizing that, oh, maybe I should pay attention to where I buy my stuff from. Because in the end, you might not know that what you're buying is affecting the environment and people, but it is. What we buy, we vote with our money. We vote with our dollar. That's how money has power. Even if you don't have that much money, with the money that you do have, the companies and the corporations and the people that you give your money to, like to purchase services or garments or food, whatever it is that you're buying, the companies and the people and the corporations you're giving your money to are gonna remain. So that's why we need to be conscious of who we're doing business with and doing our research. It's really daunting in the beginning and discouraging in a way, at least for me. When I started learning about sustainability and eco-consciousness, it really like hit me like a cold shower. Like, I felt like I was like someone threw a bucket full of ice water on me, because I didn't realize just how bad it was, and I didn't realize that I was part of the problem. But that's the first step, is realizing that even though you might be part of the problem, you can become part of the solution. And that's the beautiful thing about learning about sustainability and eco-consciousness, that you learn that you can make a difference. So this series is going to be about all of this and more. But for now, I just want to give you guys a little insight onto what everything is. So fast fashion is basically fashion that is inspired by trends and that is easily accessible and mass produced. The dark side of fast fashion is that in order to create something that's trendy and mass produce it and sell it at a low price, is that you, the consumer, don't end up paying the price, but the environment and people end up paying the price, because a lot of fast fashion companies don't care about the environment and they don't care about the people who are making their clothes. A lot of people that work making fast fashion get paid cents, sometimes even cents for a week's worth of work. And these people really live in the most horrendous conditions and work in really horrible conditions. There's so many horrible things that have happened. Like there's a really great documentary on Netflix called The True Cost. You can actually find it on YouTube too. And that documentary shows you where the cost really is going. There's been a lot of incidences. In 2013, a factory collapsed in Bangladesh and about 1,000 people died. And that's just one of the instances. There's been a lot of other instances where people have died from factories collapsing. So come right here. Come, lay down, lay. Leah doesn't know what's going on, so she's like, what are you doing? Who are you talking to, Natalia? So basically, moral of the story, fast fashion is ruining the earth. It's really hurting people and the environment. And the good news is that we can do something about it. We vote with our money. So choose wisely. Please, really think about who made your clothes. When you look in the mirror, and let's say you can see the person that made your clothes, do you really want to wear something that was made by child labor or slavery? Probably not. So here I'm going to give you guys a list of some very popular fast fashion companies, starting with the ones you probably know the most, which is Forever 21, obviously, H&M, Zara, Topshop, ASOS, Fashion Nova, Sephora, and so many more. So that's what's really important, to ask questions. Ask the question, who made my clothes? Where was this produced? Was it ethically produced? Is the fabric good for the environment? There's another thing that about fast fashion is that, like, it's not that it's trendy, because I love trends and I love fashion. It's that it's poorly made in bad fabric. And, 90% of the product that is sold in these stores is made out of polyester, which is a petrochemical, which is plastic, which is not breathable, and it takes forever to decompose. We actually don't know how long it takes for a polyester garment to decompose, because it hasn't been around for that long. And, like, we don't know how long it's going to take to decompose. It could take thousands of years. So that's another reason why fast fashion it's bad, because the fabric that is being used to produce these garments it's bad, it's polyester. And the opposite of it is slow fashion, which is what I do. So I'm a slow fashion designer. Because I make everything, I produce everything, and once, my company grows and I start having to produce more stuff, everyone that I hire is going to get paid well, is going to be ethically produced always. That is my goal. My main goal for my brand is to make it 100% sustainable and ethical, which I know it's going to be very challenging, but it's not impossible. There's also a lot of wonderful brands out there that are, tackling the sustainability issue and are trying to be better, and their main goal is to create a sustainable brand, which my favorite is Reformation, just because they aim to educate as well as make a good impact on the environment. There's another designer that I found in my research. Her name's Natalia too. Her name's Natalia Allen, and she actually has this like a beautiful zero waste approach, and she creates each garment in like a special machine she invented. She's like the coolest person ever. And I think that her brand is really cool. There's also like, then sometimes people are like, but Natalia, we can't afford these designer brands, or, your prices are high, and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, okay, I get it. I totally get it, because personally, I'm trying to grow a brand. I don't have, all my money goes back into my brand, so I don't have, a huge disposable income to be buying sustainable fashion. So I go to secondhand shops. I go to thrift shops. I go to places like Savers and the Salvation Army. I exchange clothes with my friends. I shop on Poshmark. There's so many options out there. And the coolest part about thrift shopping and buying pre-loved clothes and secondhand clothes is that you are literally getting some designer stuff for 10% of the retail price. For example, the other day I was at Buffalo Exchange, which is a secondhand shop, and they actually buy your clothes on the spot too. I found 5 for Love and Lemon tops. I didn't buy them, but I saw them. And for Love and Lemons, it's usually a top from there is $200, and the tops were $20. I could not believe it. I almost bought it because I was like, oh my god, it's $20. But there's another thing that I'm trying not to do is I'm trying not to buy things just because they're a good price. I'm trying to buy things that really speak to me, that I find amazing and that I'm gonna wear forever. And that's how I'm trying to treat my clothes, because in the end, we just kind of need to shift on how we view clothing. It's not something that we need to stop viewing it like it's food, like it's disposable, like we're gonna consume it and then throw it out. We need to view it as something that, you know, we develop a sort of emotional attachment to, and we want to have it forever. That's the slow fashion approach. So really loving what you're buying and being conscious of what you're buying, and buying from people that care about the environment and care about people and animals. And you know, there's so many different parts to sustainability, and I'm learning as I'm going. I'm also not perfect. I used to be obsessed with fast fashion. I mean, when I was 16 years old, I only wore Forever 21. But back then, I didn't know. I didn't realize. And I also feel like it takes a sort of spiritual growth for you to actually end up caring. Because I feel like even if I learned this stuff back then, maybe I wouldn't have cared. Maybe I would have been like, whatever, it's $10 and I like it, I'm gonna buy it. You know, it's also about an attitude change. It's a lifestyle change in the end. That's what I'm realizing. Like if you've been following me on social media, you're noticing, you've noticed I've been talking more and more about eco fashion and sustainability and being ethical. And you know, the more I learn, the more I realize it's a lifestyle change. It's something that it needs to like not be just about fashion, but this series is about fashion. So we're gonna keep it about fashion, and then eventually we'll get into all the other aspects, but to make it more palatable and easier to understand, we're just gonna talk about sustainable fashion and ethical fashion, and then we can move into different things. But so this is my first video, so stay tuned for another video from the Sustainable Designer series, because this is going to be an ongoing theme. I'm going to continue to take classes, I'm going to continue to learn and expand my horizons, so I'll make more videos on sustainable fabrics and on more sustainable brands that I discover and on how I'm doing it. Thanks for watching, love you, and happy eco-friendliness and eco-consciousness. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook at Natalia J Mag.